Hi, my name is Kaylee, and this is my teaching philosophy. I believe the purpose of art education is to introduce a student's mind to the contextual, emotional, and critical thought process within the art curriculum. As educators, we're able to give young learners guidance when learning about the purpose of the arts, whether it is a historic, personal, or analytical perspective. As we introduce children to these major vocabulary words, we're able to broaden their understanding of visual literacy and expression. Art education is important because it provides a visual context to the historical timeline of humanity, and it also helps with understanding of many cultures. When a student views an image, the comprehension of the use of material, subject matter, and aesthetic of society within the time period should be recognized. Art education builds an individual's ability to look at an image and use context clues in order to understand what that image depicts. A strong contextual understanding of a piece of work leads to understanding of why a specific technique was chosen, or the broader meaning of symbolism. Without context clues, art analyzation would be limited to form. In doing so, students are able to form their own opinions on their work based on the artist's original context, thus expanding their own art vocabulary. Art making is a part of personal expression, and teaching young people to develop cohesive thoughts revolving around their personal experiences and emotions broadens their ability to create opinions on other topics. Teachers welcome these emotions and encourage students to evaluate what they're feeling. While students reflect on their emotions, it's the teacher's job to introduce skill and technique while presenting an opportunity to produce a well-articulated piece of work. Studying art history should be introduced in a similar fashion. Without this ability, students would lack the understanding of personal connection and lack the exposure to empathy while studying historical works. Overall, these skills will later help students comprehend various subject matters within the school curriculum. As foundations go, the purpose of art education is also to help students with critical thinking in art. Components of technique, shape, perspective, and composition lead to an artist's intention for their work. Young learners should begin to recognize these keywords with visual examples of both historic works and personal creations. The foundations of context, emotion, and analytics define what art is, and what opportunities it exposes us to. Art education is about making these connections in order to encourage a creative mind in many other developmental stages in a child's life. Whether that involves another class or life at home, art educators are given the opportunity to emphasize the importance of the arts because of their broad subject matter. Art education is about the historic, personal, and analytical relationships of context, emotion, and critical thinking available for individuals, and it's our job to assess them in these specific areas.